Don't We Need Maya by Krishna's Mercy. Tam padmavaktram daityendraha kadachit strivritah khalah balam gurugriha yatam dadarsha swayathekshanam grihitva tu kare putram pattika ya sushobhana मूर्धनि चक्रांकिता पट्टी कृष्ण नामांकिता दरात. Quote, one time, that wicked king of the Daityas saw his son of lotus-like face and beautiful eyes, surrounded by women, having returned from the home of the guru. In his hand, that boy was holding a slate which had the mark of a chakra at the top and the name of Krishna, written with great adoration. Narasimha Purana, 41:35-36.
You have to admit, there is a lot of emphasis on Maya. This Sanskrit word refers to that which is not. Maya is illusion. Maya is what stands between us and our return to identification with Brahman. Maya tricks us into identifying with the body. We are not the body. Since we identify with something we are not, we are in Maya. The goal of the human form of life is get out of Maya. Here's a question to ponder, though. Don't we actually need Maya? Isn't Maya necessary for any work to take place? And there is work going on in every corner of the world, from rich and poor alike. From the skilled to the apprentice, from the artistic to the simple, from every race, from every gender, and from every age, every person is working. Is not Maya the impetus for their work? One of the subtle elements covering the body is ego. The Sanskrit word is ahankar. Since this is part of the body, it is also Maya. It is because of this ego that a person strives for excellence. Ahankar is what makes them proud, and the drive for pride is the catalyst for pushing the boundaries of excellence and achievement. In other words, nothing would take place without ahankar. Then explain to me, why are you in such a push to identify Maya and remove its influence? Would not society itself fall apart? Would not the entire structure crumble, hitting the ground so hard that no one knows what to do in the aftermath? Don't we need a little Maya in order to enjoy variety in life, to be rewarded for the work that we do?
There is a flaw in the premise. This flaw somehow establishes the impetus for work only in the case of identification with body. Only when there is ahankar will a person continue forward, carrying out their occupational duties, dharma. Bhagavad-gita has a different opinion. The teacher, Sri Krishna, says that a person can work to set a good example, even though they are detached, even though they do not identify with the body. From an external sense, they appear no different than the person who is in Maya. Sakta karmanya vidvanso yatha kurvanti bharat. Kuryad vidvans tatha saktaschikir shurla oka sangraham. Quote, as the ignorant perform their duties with attachment to results, similarly, the learned may also act, but without attachment, for the sake of leading people on the right path. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita, 3:25. This is not to mention that the Maya condition is ignorance. There is no benefit to being in ignorance when the human being otherwise applies intelligence everywhere else. They hope to know things as they are in order to act properly. It would be like staying in ignorance about the utilization of the fork. Is it a wise decision to ignorantly use a fork to eat a bowl of soup? If the ignorance goes away, if a person realizes that they need a spoon instead, does that mean the soup will just sit there? Actually, the same person will still eat, but in the proper way. We have the historical example of the Daitya prince named Prahlad. He was born in the proper condition. He was above Maya from having heard the science of self-realization. This was a special circumstance, wherein Prahlad accepted the wisdom while still within the womb. He took birth already realized in the self. We see that Prahlad still went to school. His interests diverged from the family tradition, though. Prahlad held a slate in his hand. He did not cast aside objects of the material world outright. He did not go around labeling this object and that as Maya. He did not spit at the thought of sitting in the classroom, of pursuing an education in hopes of carrying out a particular occupation, varna, in adulthood. Prahlad took the slate and used it. He drew a chakra at the top. He beautifully decorated one section with the name of Krishna. This was in a reverential mood, Adrat. Prahlad was writing like everyone else, but his mind was in a different place. He was not attached to the modes of nature. He was connected to transcendence, in understanding that those symbols associated with Vishnu are ever auspicious. Vishnu holds the chakra in one of his hands, and he is known as Krishna in his avatara, appearing as the son of Nanda and Yashoda. Both Prahlad and his father were in the kingdom. Both Prahlad and his father had intelligence. The difference was that the father was still in Maya, taking identity from the body and the temporary circumstances of ruling over a kingdom. Prahlad understood that Vishnu is the source of strength in everyone. One who knows the transcendental position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead does not take birth again. They may act or they may remain stationary. They may appear to be just like everyone else, but they are detached from the temporary, above illusion, and attached to Krishna and his holy name. Janma karma cha me divyam, evam yo vetti tattvataha, tyaktva deham punarjanma, naiti mam eti so Arjuna. Quote, one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita 4:9. In closing, as into work to proceed, for Maya is there a need, otherwise the ego suppressed, societal advancement depressed. But Prahlad example just see, son of powerful king was he, never into illusion from knowledge to get, but work fixed in devotion set,